Hey everyone, welcome back to another CGH video. My name is Josh, aka Vanwood Motors, and we're going to be taking a quick look today at the Rockstar editor. I'm going to be showing you how to take virtual photographs in the Rockstar editor on PlayStation 5 and showing you how to really get the best out of it. Doing this, there's a couple of stages which I'm going to talk through, so let's kick it off. Stage 1. Location, time and weather. The very first thing you need to think about is location, time and weather, as well as what you're actually taking a picture of. This will give you the set, and from here you'll be able to nail down the perfect scene. Firstly, we need to think about what is the primary focus. So for example, we're going to be taking a picture of a vehicle. Now we know what we're taking a picture of, so this means that we can move on to the next step, which is location. We then need to find the location of which we're going to be taking the picture, the time of which we're going to be taking it, as well as the weather. These are all key factors when taking a picture, and depending on your scenario will contribute massively. For example, we've decided to take a picture of the Vigero ZX in the abandoned area at dusk and the weather is sunny. So we have our set ready, so now it's time to record some footage on the Rockstar editor. A little tip is to try and move the wheels left to right, do a wheel spin for some smoke effects, and try a couple of different scenarios just so you've got enough footage to play with. Stage 2. Rockstar editor and Freecam. Now it's time to head into the Rockstar editor and produce some magic. Freecam is your best friend and you should certainly take advantage of it. Virtual photographers have different styles, so the way I take pictures could be completely different to somebody else. For the purpose of this video, we'll go with a Rockstar Games promo style. Get to the clip which you've just recorded. The first thing which you want to do is move the camera in Freecam and find a good spot where you want to take the snap. One of the best things with Freecam is that you can rotate the camera, go up and down, left and right, zoom in and out. Once you've found a good angle, play the clip and find the right timestamp and place a marker. Stage 3. Depth of field. Once you've found the right part of the clip, I recommend that you have a quick play of the Freecam and see if you can get a better capture point. Depth of field is a zone within a photo that appears sharp and in focus, so we want to make sure that the vehicle is our primary focus, so the background will become a bit blurry depending on how much intensity we use, and with the Rockstar editor we can use a range of different things. There's default, which will recommend the best based on where the focus point is, which is central in the Rockstar editor. We have custom modes, so firstly on the customs list we have automatic, which is similar to default. Then there's manual, where you can focus on certain distances, and then we have target, when we can focus on certain entities such as your character and other characters. Stage 4. Effects, filters, saturation, contrast, brightness and vignette. There are several filters which can certainly help bring out the image, and there's filter intensity, which means you can drop it so it's not overpowering. There's saturation, which is the intensity of the colour. This one I rarely use, but this just brings the colours out. Next we have contrast. Now contrast focuses on the textures, highlights, shadows and colours, as well as the clarity, and this is something I use quite often, but I wouldn't recommend using full contrast on an image like this. Next is brightness, which is self-explanatory. Again, I don't overly use that, especially on a snap like this, though it's a little dark with our scenario, so we'll apply some brightness. Lastly on effects is vignette. You can remove the brightness on the outside of the image. This is really useful for portraits of GTA characters. However, we're not going to use it for this image. Stage 5. Final checks and quick changes. Once you've finally added the effects, you're almost at the end of taking your snap. I would recommend using the Freecam again, because after you've added your effects and depth of field, you might find a better angle. You'll just adjust these things throughout the final part of taking your picture, but primarily stage 5, you're at a good place to finalise. Here's a tip: if there's rubbish on the floor, back out of the editor, go back in. Sometimes it moves out of the way of your picture. Stage 6. Editing tools. After you've taken your pictures and you're ready to post, if you're on Instagram, you'll have a range of editing tools on there. Twitter isn't nearly as good as Instagram's editing tools, but you can add a filter on there. Lastly, you can use other apps to enhance your image. I typically use Lightroom and Photoshop just to add a little more to my images before posting. Now I've shown you the basics of how the Rockstar editor works, I'm going to show you exactly from start to finish how I'm going to get a picture of this vehicle. So there's going to be no editing as such here, so I'm going to freeball it. So we're going to go into the camera, change it to Freecam straight away, get a good angle, get something good. That's not too bad, we can work with that. And now we want to find the capture point. So I turn my wheels left and right, give it time, there we go, and we do some wheel spins. So I know I'm going to start turning left and right intensely in a second, so I'm going to stop it here real quick, and I'm going to change the speed just so I can capture it exactly where I want it, because I want a bit of smoke on the left and I want a bit of smoke on the right as well. So we've gone from right to left. No, going left to right. Sorry. Pause. Okay. This is a good point for me here. So we've got a bit of smoke there on the left and smoke on the right. So this has a bit of lens flare coming through as well. A bit of light coming through the windows at the top. Okay. There we go. I think that's okay. So now we're going to go into the effects. Oh no, sorry, we're going to go to depth of field. I'm going to go on custom. I'm going to go on automatic. Now you can see the building at the back is going to be a little bit blurry, whereas this one it's not as blurry. I'm going to apply the custom, and intensity is on at 50% and the mode is on automatic, so I'm quite happy with that. So let's go out of that and go into effects. So we've got some filters. Some are really bright, like this one. So if we turn that down, and we can just flick through different ones until you find one which you think is perfect for this. And I like the graveyard shift. That's pretty good. Saturation, I'm going to slightly put it up to 4. Contrast, I'm going to put up a little bit as well. 22. Brightness, again, because it's kind of a dark image, we're going to give that a quick touch up. There we go. And then, yeah. Okay, so there we go. So that is pretty much it. There we go. So that was super quick. And that is basically how I take pictures of vehicles. Alternatively, you can make it more about the vehicle. And so if you want just a vehicle, you can zoom. So if you zoom in and out, what you want to do is go towards the vehicle, so it's overpowering. Zoom out a little bit, and there you go. Another picture. Give it a bit of rotation, left or right. We'll go anti-clockwise, and there we go. There's another image. So yes, that's how I take images, or snaps even, on the Rockstar editor. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you all so much for watching. For everything Rockstar Games, you know where to find us, right here at CGH.